Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Iron Man issue 13. And this was an interesting issue. Not that I hated it or disliked it, it's just a lot of stuff kind of happens, and it's just kind of working everything going out because we're kind of reaching our conclusion here. So, we start off and we see the quarterback and his group are able to access Tatu's portal system and pretty much jump around to try and find like a cosmic power source within the ship. The rest of Tony's entourage is like, Patsy's like, yeah, I guess you didn't think you or we could do this without you. It's like, no, I couldn't do this without you guys. And Frogman brings up that they should call their team something. He's like, how about the Space Friends? And everyone's like, all right, I don't know if we're really friends, but I guess. He's like, yeah, we're in space. You're not my employees. Let's kind of do this and shake this up. So he pretty much has most of them kind of trying to reroute and get through and try and stop Korvac, where he sets off Rhodey, Halcyon, and Frogman to try and find the self-destruct. So they're kind of dealing with what they're going on. They're flying off. Frogman's trying to wonder why he is sent with the self-destruct team, where Rhodey's like, you're a liability, man. You going after Korvac would be not the smartest of ideas. Frogman seems a little bit miffed at this. Granted, I can understand being thought of as lesser for certain things, but it's not really a lesser thing. It's like where your abilities would most be useful for. As we then see when Blizzard attacks this group, and we see that they work pretty well together with Halcyon and Frogman pretty much going up against Blizzard, while Rhodey is trying to thaw his legs and everything to stop him, and he's able to blast Blizzard and take him out of the equation. However, Frogman looks over and is able to see Korvac and the rest of his group, and he attacks him, but kind of gets shut down by the rest of the group around him. This, of course, is where Tony and Misty pretty much pop into effect, and pretty much take down Unicorn. Like, he was really banged up, as we had seen in the beginning of this issue, and it's like, okay, looks like your targeting is not the best. So Misty's able to like knock him down. He's trying to like do another kind of like energy beam from his head, and Misty shoots his legs out. Because at first Misty and Tony were like, yeah, glad you like the bionic arm. I'm glad that you used it. And then he's like, I don't think I gave you the guns. He's like, yeah, I did that on my own. I'm like, god damn. Granted, you have to take someone out of the equation to make sure that they're knocked out, but it's like, holy shit, where those like shots go, that's a bitch to kind of heal shit. But granted, the MCU's got, well, the Marvel Universe has a lot of crazy tech, so he should be back on his feet. So then we have the rest of the group pretty much pop in, and the controller pretty much gets knocked out almost instantly. We see that Korvac went into this kind of energy kind of chamber with the original Human Torch, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Patsy had seen the Human Torch kind of fly his ass in there, saw the control disc, and Tony's able to give him the information of what's going on with that. And like, listen, we gotta go in here, get the original Human Torch out of the way, get him out, just do what you can, because we need to stop Korvac from doing this shit. So they get in, they're able to Patsy gets kind of thrown at him and kind of rips the control disc off. She gets a little bit fucked up, but not enough to like get her out of the battle. Of course, Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch, is like, what the fuck's going on? Tony's like, yeah, you're in a cult, but kind of happened, so let's kind of deal with this as Korvac try to go to the energy source, but they're able to knock through, do enough damage to the chamber for it to kind of shut down a little bit as drones come in to kind of like repair everything. What they're able to do is then we have Misty, Iron Man, and the original Human Torch pretty much blast the shit out of Korvac. And pretty much Tony lays into him and says, listen, we don't need any more gods born out of fear. And he just really lays into it, calling him a coward and everything. It's like, yeah, pretty much is. And Tony then just goes rampant on this dude, because I think you would think he's going at a hate kind of vengeance kind of thing, but before he got in here, he pretty much got it confirmed by his suit that he's bleeding in his brain. He's probably thinking this is the last thing he's going to be able to do, so he's trying to make sure that Korvac is put down as much as possible. And we see that Korvac's pretty much outer skin of like anything trying to make him look human is pretty much ripped away. Tony like punches holes and shit in his chest, so he's missing his arm. He's really severely fucked up, and we think he's done and down. Patchy's like, we need to get you a doctor, man. But Korvac's able to get up, starts interacting with the energy source, and Tony's like, I'm not enough. As we've seen that he'd been like narrating kind of stuff going on, he's like, okay, then I make a choice, and he interacts with it as well. And so we've got them both kind of mucking around with the power cosmic, so we'll definitely have to see how that kind of works out. It's interesting how this started as kind of like a throwback to Tony getting more in tune with like the tech aspect and having a suit more like a hot rod kind of thing and a grittier kind of thing. And now he has moved on to utilizing pretty much this advanced scientific energy source that's almost akin to magic. It does work. We'll have to see kind of how that kind of works out in how this like affects Tony, what he's able to do against Korvac, how this affects Korvac, what's kind of going on. It's like, holy shit. So this is definitely an interesting scenario to lead Tony in. Also, the rest of his group was like, what the hell? We got some pretty good lines, mainly out of like Scarlet Spider talking about how this hoodie was done in like 1998, so it's really fucking hard to kind of find that hoodie anymore. Though this has to be a little bit before certain things that are happening in Spider-Man, because we know that he eventually takes over for Spidey, so we'll see how that kind of lines up or anything, or how that kind of affects things. So I'm like, okay. Very interesting to kind of see different kind of group dynamics, see what's going on with like Frogman and him attempting to be more useful and understanding the consequences of why Tony selected him for certain things. And Tony in pretty much this desperate kind of thing of like, I'm pretty much dying and this dude is trying to become a god. I have to stop him wherever I can. And grasping the energy source. Because people could be like, oh, that's Tony's ego, or he's being a complete dickhead. And the thing is, there are certain elements of truth of that to Tony, but you could see this as the act of a desperate dude who's fucked up and needs to do what he can to stop whatever's happening. And if that is interacting with an energy source that could vastly change him in ways that he does not know, but is able to help him stop this dude from creating this horrible, crazy-ass universe, that's how Tony kind of rolls. So it's a really kind of good thing of showing Tony's good and bad qualities, and that's why I've kind of liked this run so far. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.